監督は今回日本とアメリカ双方の視点から描くことで戦争の本質に迫ろうとしたのです。
What do you think will be the significance of portraying the Iwo Jima battle from the Japanese point of sight to the American audience?
I think it's important for any audience, regardless of, is to realize that, hopefully for the American audience, it will, because that'll answer your question, is that they can realize that they can see the Japanese defender of, as a person not unlike themselves, going off and having to leave loved ones and go off and fight in a war that they really probably don't know too much about it. They probably weren't too well informed about the military complex at that particular time in history. Just various they're just human beings trying to exist, and it was very difficult for them because a lot of them, the mortality rate was pretty significant, and for mothers, mothers having to send their sons off to die in a war is equally painful in every society in the world. And that's the message of the picture, is that there's nobody's really going to come out great in this thing.
So there's no really good guy,
no,
or real.
There are good guys and bad guys on all sides, and sometimes sometimes one stands out more than the other, but for the most part, there's no winners.
No winners.
It's more about the people. There's so many people that are affected by the futility of war that there's that people don't know about. The fact that the people lives are taken, and the parents and loved ones are sending off their young men to possibly never come back makes it a lot more to it than just showing the glory of a lot of violent footage.
今年76歳を迎えたイーストウッド監督。常に新たな挑戦を続けながら映画と向き合ってきました。1930年サンフランシスコの貧しい家庭に生まれ、13歳の時からアルバイトをして家計を支えていました。ハリウッド入りのきっかけになったのは24歳の時に受けたオーディションでした。しかしその後長い下積み生活が続きます。映画俳優としての出世作「荒野の用心棒」。安い出演料でヨーロッパに渡って撮影され、当初アメリカでは公開さえされませんでした。アメリカでスターの地位を確立したのがダーティーハリーシリーズ。それまでのハリウッドになかった新しいヒーロー像を作り上げました。
Now you know why they call me Dirty Harry. Every dirty job that comes along.
俳優として多くの作品に出演する傍ら、やがて監督業に目覚めていきます。低予算でも自分がこだわる映画を作りたいと自ら制作会社を立ち上げたのです。60歳を過ぎた頃から人生に悩み苦しむ主人公を細やかに描写していく作風が際立っていきます。代表作の「許されざる者」。かつて悪名を轟かせた殺人犯が妻を失い幼い子供を養うため再び殺しに手を染めます。 死の恐怖を口にし、自分の弱さをさらけ出す主人公。西部劇としては異色のキャラクターでした。去年2度目のアカデミー賞を受賞。受賞作の「ミリオンダラー・ベイビー」は女性ボクサーと老いたトレーナー2人の栄光と挫折、人生の悲哀を演出しました。この作品で監督としての幅をさらに広げたと言われています。
I got nobody but you, Frankie.
Well, you've got me.
Well, people in Japan also know you as the characters that play the lonely, a bit cynical, I don't know, the anti-heroic type. And I was wondering whether or not you have a unifying theme within yourself that sort of sympathizes with such anti-heroic characters.
Well, I think I was attracted to anti-heroic characters only because at an early stage in my career, I started not seeing things as just necessarily everybody's good or everybody's bad, and that there's good and bad in everyone. Well, the hero in that piece was seeking retribution within himself because he'd been a very bad person and done a lot of bad things in his life, but had eventually was on the road to recovery thanks to a wife that he loved, and he finally and when he loses her, he has to kind of go on and convince himself that this is the way to go, and at the end he ends up reverting back slightly, at least temporarily, into his maniacal side. My characters usually have that. They don't quite know what their point of views are, and they sort of develop them as they go along.
You've had your successes, but sometimes you had faced harsh criticisms and box office disappointments as well. But you don't seem to flinch. You keep trying, it appears to be trying new areas, new horizons, always, always. Do you feel like you're a challenging character?
You know, I love to do different things. I don't, you can't, some things don't work out for some people, depending on the eyes of the beholder. A picture I may love may not be one that the audiences love that much. But I have to make them for the way I see it and the way I feel it. When I read a story, I kind of get the idea then that this is a story I want to do, because either I like this character that's in the story, or I like the plot line and all the characters, and then this is a story that I want to tell, and if I tell it that to the best of my ability, and nobody goes to it, then it's too bad. But you can't sit there and dwell on that. You have to kind of say, okay, well, that didn't work, so I did the best I could, and that's all I can really account for, is doing your very best. I think that's the same in any profession in life, is if you do your very best, then eventually you'll win out. On the long haul, you'll win out. But if you, but not everything is going to reach a certain level. But some of my favorite pictures that I've done weren't the biggest successes at the box office. So you know, you just live with that. That's okay.
Well, you have your